Hello, I am here to tell you the story of a small town in Wales and the quarrel of two people, specifically women, because they like to argue with each other a lot. Let the story begin. We begin our story in small generic Christmas town. 'Twas but a simple town, with railways and coffee shops, that one being Starbucks, to the very vintage mill house, which is not a meme. But our story begins at Rich People House. This house is owned by one of the richest people in the world. And because they want to make everybody else feel really poor, they put their house at the top of the hill. And it's in a very poor town, so that they could feel really cool. The owner of this house was Miss Bumfiah the Fifth, who did not take kindly to poor people. But this particular story follows Miss Bumfiah and her neighbor, Sally without cash, Sue. Let the story begin. One day, Miss Sue decided to take her dog out for a walk. She enjoyed the casual strolls, though some people thought she smelled kind of funny because she lives in a house without a shower, 'cause it's made of logs. Meanwhile, Miss Bumfiah decided she was going to go for a midday drive.
Child, step on it,
demanded Miss Bumfiah, and that he did. And with the speed of a camel and two fat guys, they were off. Look out, Miss Sue. Oh dear, it appears Miss Sue and her Rottweiler Chance have been squashed. It appears Miss Sue's alright, but her Rottweiler Chance has suffered massive head injuries and has died. Miss Sue ran all the way home crying.
peasants need to stay out of the road,
exclaimed Miss Bumfiah as she pulled in to her job. And by job, we mean yelling at small children.
I expect you children are dumb,
exclaimed Miss Bumfiah.
No, ma'am, exclaimed Tommy. We're just playing with our boat.
toy boats, huh?
exclaimed Miss Bumfiah.
Well, you should grow up and get a job.
But ma'am,
exclaimed Johnny.
I'm 10, and Tommy's only 6.
shrieked Miss Bumfiah. They were speechless. Meanwhile, Miss Sue was plotting her revenge.
That wretched old woman,
She exclaimed.
I'll get her, I will. If only I had some more evidence, I'd be able to take her to court and sue her butt. Oh well, to dream,
she exclaimed. But almost without a word it happened.
Rotten children should know better,
exclaimed Miss Bumfiah as she sped up the crazily steep hill. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good.
Did I do that?
exclaimed Miss Bumfiah.
yes, you did.
said Miss Sue.
Oh well, one less ugly house on the block.
Miss Sue gazed upon the wrecked remains of her once humble cabin. But all Miss Sue could think about was the deadly mold virus that had infected her home while she was away, and that it would spread onto Miss Bumfiah. And 'Twas the end of Miss Bumfiah the fifth. And so, Miss Sue had her house demolished and replaced with giant tree decoration. And where does she live now? Well, I think the story speaks for itself.
Yeah!
The end. I hope you enjoyed that story, children. It was beautiful. And you may be asking how I know so much about these people. Well, I lived it, because I was the train driver. Oh, 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 oh.